All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakodash.
double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone that taught us His truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, the Akim and the Akwaf scattered around the four corners of the planet Earth, who are Israelites. All right, returning in the latter days. All right, returning to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. All right, the anointed Savior or the anointed Deliverer. All right, and then obviously with the names of the name of the Heavenly Father. All right, being Yahweh. All right, as well. All right, and in this lesson, in the Saturday classes, GMS Dallas, the younger brothers, and we are gonna, really flow in the spirit. The spirit of prophecy is only intensifying every day, right? So we're gonna flow in the spirit and go through Isaiah chapter 24, But if a brother had an opening precept, you got it. But if not, we'll just jump right into it. You got it, bro.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai maketh the earth empty, and make it waste, and turn it upside down, and scattered abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Yep, it says, behold, all right, the Lord maketh the earth empty, all right, and maketh it waste. All right, and ultimately that's the end result of Babylon the Great, specifically. All right, pursuing the scriptures, all right, and we hold in Revelation 14 on deck. All right, pursuant to the prophecies, we understand that Babylon the Great is getting ready to be wiped off the face of the earth. There's never going to be another kingdom. There's never going to be another wicked, decrepit kingdom such as Babylon the Great ever to exist. All right, after the Lord gets ready to break it down. All right, and He's already breaking it down. But essentially, we're already in the mentality that Babylon is already destroyed. All right, we're just waiting for the prophecies to play out. All right, and matter of fact, can we grab Proverbs 22 real quick? Proverbs 22 and 3. Real quick.
I got it. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil.
Right, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. All right, and a prudence is basically, the ability to anticipate. All right, the ability to see things, that are getting ready to happen before they happen. All right, the spirit of prophecy. All right, and just like anything else, the earlier you can get in, investments case in point, right? The earlier you can get in, the better, But we're at the point now, all right, to where the doors of repentance, all right, is about to close, all right, and the angels are about to let go of those four winds. So there's a sense of urgency in this thing, Even going back, we've had brothers that have been in, for decades, for 10 years, 5 years, however long you've been in. Really, whenever you come in, there should be a sense of urgency, that you have when you come in, because again, every day that goes by is a day closer to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai making himself known on the planet Earth. Could we start back at the top on that Isaiah 24?
Did you want me to finish that Proverbs?
Oh yeah, Slaki.
Yep. Back in Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself.
Yep. And the only way to hide yourself in these times is really under the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and the angels. All right. Matter of fact, just to prove that, Malak, could you get Psalms 91 and 1?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because in the flesh, right, it looks like, in the flesh, it looks like there's no way out of this situation. It looks like, carnally speaking, how is a bunch of ragtag, so-called nobodies, right? No military, no, systems, right? How are we gonna, get out of this situation? But little do you know is there's a world beyond the carnal, beyond the physical world, man. And it's the spirit, it's the spiritual world. And that's what we've been tapping into this entire time, and that's what's keeping us going.
Yep. Proverbs 22 and 3 again, it says, I'll finish off verse. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Yep, the simple pass on and are punished. And most of these people here in Babylon the Great, right, are extremely simple. Most of our people are extremely simple. All right, 2/3 to be exact. Right, you know. So they're gonna be severely punished. But the scriptures tell us not to be worried, not to be concerned about that. The scriptures. I believe that's in the second Ezra, where it talks about being concerned about those that be like thee, roughly paraphrasing.
Yep.
But I wanted to dig in a little bit into that part of Proverbs 22:3, where it talks about he hideth himself, right? Because how is this salvation actually going to play out? How is the deliverance actually going to play out? Did you have that Psalms 91, Chef?
Yeah, this is Psalms 91:1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty."
Yep, and we're dwelling in that secret place, right? The Lord hid us in plain sight. He put us out in the highways and byways. He put us in this mortal flesh, right? He had us, grow up here in Babylon the Great. We ain't grow up in no noble birth. We ain't celebrities. We ain't, making a whole bunch of money necessarily. All right. But the Lord isn't concerned about all that. The Lord hid everything in the spirit. Isaiah 45:15 talks about how the Lord is a power who hideth himself. Could you read that precept again, Baba Shah?
Mm-hmm. Psalms 91:1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty."
Mm-hmm. Could you keep going?
Yep.
Where it talks about the wings.
Yep. It says, verse 2, "I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge."
Yep, He is my refuge. Like you got tornado shelters, where you go, right, when a particular natural disaster happens. All right, you got to go and you got to seek shelter. Well, guess what? The greatest disaster to ever befall the planet Earth is right around the corner. And it's going to take form it's going to take shape in the form of World War III, right? The collapse of this society, all right? And the CHIP coming out, all right? Esau basically trying to establish his NWO. You got a precept, bro?
Quick one. Isaiah 26:20-21 is going into what you're going to. Mm-hmm. "Come, my people, into thy chambers."
Yep, enter thou into thy chambers. And that's ultimately going into the chariots. All right, actually, being beamed up into the chariots, which is where we're going to shed these mortal bodies. All right, pursuant to 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. That's the goal right there. That's the mission. The mission is to push the word, all right, and ultimately to get the hell up out of here, man. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, and the government, just recently came out within this past week, revealing that they got so-called UAPs, which shows are biblically the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Shai. They're saying that there are, counts of them in the oceans. They're doing, they're spotting them in the oceans. They got accounts of them following Navy ships, et cetera, et cetera. So the chariots are in the house of the thief, you see, and they're beholding this place, and ultimately, they're going to be used to wage war on this place, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did we get everything off of that Psalms 91?
No, it's a bit more.
Okay.
It says, verse 2, "I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust.
Mm-hmm.
Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler."
The snare of the fowler. All right. And actually, matter of fact, we know that snare in these times is the sea hip, man. Revelation 13:16. The implantable sea hip, the physical, the charagma, man. And brothers, man, the Lord has faithfully and diligently warned you people, and He's made it plain. The charagma breakdown is a simple breakdown. The Lord made it plain, but what do the scriptures say? The scriptures say the ways are plain unto the holy, right? But unto the wicked,
stumbling blocks
to the wicked. And really the niggas who ain't teaching the correct breakdown, really y'all know we're teaching the correct breakdown. Y'all are just being wicked, but guess what? There are severe consequences for that.
So if I can add, that's why when you continue to read Revelation 13, was that verse 18, it says, when you read it in the NLT, it says wisdom is needed here. Let him that have wisdom count the number of the beast and his mark. His number is 666. So ultimately, the reason why these other janks that got it, these other camps, because they don't have wisdom, man. Wisdom is a gift from Yahweh Bashem Shai. Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, goes into how she comes straight from the throne of the Most High. He's not gonna give that to a nigga, man.
And the scriptures let us know that wisdom starts with the fear of the Lord.
That's it.
You know, and if you don't fear the Lord, you know, case in point, if you breaking down Revelation 13:16 and you teaching that the CHIP is not the RFID implantable, you know what, right? You have no fear of the Lord, and you don't fear the ramifications of teaching that false doctrine, man. Because guess what? There's a lot of people, man, that when that thing comes out, right? These different congregations, right? Because you do have simple Israelites that sincerely are just blindly following their leader, right? But guess what? When it comes out that you've been making merchandise of a congregation, they're gonna be on your ass, man. They're gonna turn on your ass, you know. So we getting ready to see a lot of you know, camps split, a lot of madness and confusion in Israel. But guess what? The men of GMS, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, we've been standing stiffly on the same doctrine for decades, man. We've been preaching the same word for decades. You know, where were we at?
I wanted to finish off that Isaiah 26, if you don't mind.
No, yeah, you got it.
Isaiah 26, 28 through 21, real quick. Call my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Yep.
For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall dispose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
You want to be going?
Yeah, that's like you going into. You know, you made that point. You know, like you say, entering down to thy chambers, going into the chariots, to the indignation be overpassed. That's ultimately how the elect are going to be saved out of here via those so-called UFOs, which are the chariots.
It said till indignation be overpassed. And that indignation is that links up with what we read in Isaiah 24:1, the Lord making the earth empty, making it waste. That's the indignation of the Lord that's getting ready to do that. All right. And really, there's a method to that. The Lord doesn't randomly do anything. Everything the Lord does is strategic. It's well thought out. You know, and that's why I wanted the Wikipedia, the slash and burn technique, right? Because when you read Revelation the 14th chapter, it mentions that sickle. You know, it mentions that sickle. You know, basically going into the Lord cutting all these people down, cutting down the rulers of these nations, right? Cutting down these lofty, proud ass Babylonians, Americans, man. Everybody's about to get chopped down and put on an even playing field, man, so to speak. You know, but we can jump back to Isaiah 24 real quick. Well, did a brother have the Wikipedia slash and burn? Oh, sure.
I got it.
You got it, bro.
You want me to do it?
Kind of.
Like, all right, this is slash and burn off of Wikipedia. It says slash and burn agriculture is a farming method that involves the cutting and burning of plants in a forest or woodland to create a field called a Sweden.
Yep. Can you read that again, Bubba Chuck?
Kind of. Slash and burn agriculture is a farming method that involves the cutting and burning of plants in a forest or woodland to create a field called a Sweden.
Yep. And that's what the Lord is getting ready to do, right? The entire planet Earth really is the Lord's forest, right? But specifically, you know, the fire, all right, is what's going to actually, you know, destroy Babylon the Great. The missiles via the ICBM nuclear missiles, all right? But there's also going to be destruction of other key places of the planet Earth, you know, because World War III is not just going to be America getting destroyed, right? Second Ezra, the 16th chapter goes into woe be unto Asia, right? Other regions of the earth are going to be massively damaged, all right, to the point to where they're not going to be able to resume society as they know it, man. Everybody's about to get taken back to the Stone Age, man. And that's when the elect are going to be coming off the chariots, man, with the heavenly bodies, with the heavenly technology. The chariots are going to be doing particular things, you know. So that's what we're hasting, man. You know, you got it, brother. Let's go ahead and preach it. Back in Isaiah 24.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and make it waste, and turn it up. upside down and scattered abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Yep. Can we pull that Revelation 14 Bob Bishop?
Oh, you gotta give it a turn around. So Revelations 14:8. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yep, and Babylon, right? That word Babylon is important, right? Because when we read Isaiah 24, for example, it mentions the city of confusion, you know, and we know, you know, as we've been taught, Babylon the Great is spoken throughout the scriptures, but it's written in code, right? It's spoken about, but it's not explicitly stated. You got to be able to extrapolate through the spirit, you know. But when you go into that word Babylon, as we go into often, all right, that root word Babal, all right, means confusion by mixing, all right, and that's that the mixing portion is important too, because we know Babylon the Great is basically it's a big gumbo of of kingdoms and ideologies and philosophies and gods, right? All these things just mixed together and just spewed out, all right, into the planet Earth. You know, what you got, bro?
Verse 9, so like it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High.
Yep, and worshiping the beast represents basically bowing down to this world system, this revived Roman Empire. All right, you know, that beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, right? Going into NATO and the EU. You know, you got it, bro.
Okay, come on. We keep going. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Yep, with fire and brimstone. All right, that's how the Lord is getting ready to, as we just read, that slash and burn technique. All right, the nukes, the ICBMs that the Lord had created, right? Because the Lord didn't have, it takes a very significant amount of resources, time, and effort to create these weapons, man. Just because you ain't never seen one, you know what I mean? Just because you ain't been to a fucking nuclear installation and seen it, you know, get built, you know what I mean? Guess where your damn tax money going to, man?
And then they show you that in the movie Oppenheimer, like them niggas was putting in study, research, they was dedicated. It was like their livelihood, like their whole life. That was their purpose.
Yep. Matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned that. Can we get Isaiah 54 and what is it, 16?
It was also mentioned, there was an article that came out recently about how what is Trump gonna do to increase the nuclear arsenal of America to combat and was it Russia or China? One of those two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Esau still, you know, they're like, man, we need to ramp up on our arsenal, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And now that Trump's got elected, Esau really think that Babylon get ready to be healed, man. Like, you know, markets don't went up, crypto don't went up, everything went up, the stock market, right? Esau happy as hell right now, man.
Safety.
But like the elders were going into at camp last night, man, we love it. We want y'all eat it up, please. All you Edomites, sing, dance, go get you a fucking 18-pack. Man, dude, have a great time, man. Because this fall is getting ready to be beautiful to see. Sirach 25 and I believe it's 7. You know, no great well, my Bobby Chuck will hold that. What did I call for? I'm sorry. Sorry, Isaiah 54 and 16.
Isaiah 54 and 16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, the smith that created the coals, right? And like that brother mentioned in that movie Oppenheimer, you basically had during that time, you had the greatest minds in the world, right? Basically getting left hand, you know, technology, getting the information and the know-how to build these weapons. The Lord didn't ordain that for no reason. The Lord didn't have all these ICBMs be created just for them to sit in the basement. You know what I mean? And that's what you people are getting ready to realize. You know?
That's on real quick. It's Job 33 and verse 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man and slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions.
Yep, he sealed their instructions, man. And I just wanted to make a point on that, and then you can speak on it if you want to. In that movie Oppenheimer, at the beginning of the movie, he was having dreams.
That's all I was gonna say.
He was having dreams.
Yep.
You know, so it's all the spirit is beautiful, man.
Yes. It says, verse 17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose to hide pride from man. But that's the point I was gonna make, bro. Like you said on that movie, Oppenheimer, he was constantly having dreams, you know what I'm saying, from a child about, you know, seeing atoms combust and stuff like that. And he didn't know what it meant until he got old and then you know, started to come up with that, you know, calculations to form that fusion bomb, that bomb, man. You know, it was all for the Lord, done for the Lord's purpose, man, to bring forth the destruction of Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? So I want to pull that word worship in Revelations, bro. Revelations 14:9 is proskuneo or something like that. It says it says to kiss for that word worship. It says to kiss the hand towards one, or in token of reverence among the Orientals, especially the Persians, to fall upon the knee and touch the ground with the forehead as an expression of profound reverence. And you know what I'm saying? What Esau is doing when you read in Revelation 13, he's basically setting himself up to be worshipped, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a real quick one, bro. This is Psalms 74 in verse 4. It says, I'll get straight to it. It says, "Thine enemy roar in the midst of thy congregation. They set up their ensigns for a sign." You know what I'm saying? Because Yahushua he's the ensign. You know what I'm saying? To where the Gentiles should seek. He's that standard. But here it is, when you read in Revelation, you read about that man of sin, you read about you know, this beast, you know what I'm saying, in Revelation 13, all right, who wants the world to reverence him. He's setting up his standard. You know what I'm saying? That image of the beast, that's that ensign. Because when you go into the definition of the word ensign, it's like I said, it's a standard. You know what I'm saying? And just like it says in Psalm 73, when the Lord awakens, Lord, when not he shall despise his image. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is gonna despise what he despised this shit, man. That's why he's gonna come back, like we read in Isaiah 24, that destruction. The Lord is gonna lay this place waste.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And a lot of people getting ready to bow, because a lot of people are getting ready to be Esau finna pull out all the cute tricks, right? All the technology, this AI technology, all right. This you know, and over the years, you know, really Esau been bringing out a lot of technology. You know, you got the 3D printing, right? You got the AI, you got, you know, the information systems and all the things that he's developing. But really, he's been keeping everything kind of on the low, and he's been gradually, you know, pushing it in.
Yeah.
But that accelerated with, you know, the COVID, or excuse me, the CV19 situation, right? But we're getting ready to see another jump. You know, and a lot of people are going to be wowed by that. Matter of fact,
I got one.
If I can say too, because one of the ways that society has always introduced new technology is through war. So like in the idea of showing that's like a flex, you know, like that's like flexing your muscle in terms of the other nations when you introduce new technology into society before you go to war. You know, so we're about to see a major jump. Like during the time of the space race, how you had a lot of invention taking place, and then they had a lot of systems put actually in society to show America's strength for real. We about to see another jump in that way now, especially as we go into you know, more closer to war. You know.
Yeah, when you actually, that's an interesting point you made, bro. When you go into the space race too, the space race was where they like basically the inspiration for the internet came from. Like a race to you know, to basically get the one up, you know, on the Soviets, you know.
And now what I may add too is you see them introducing the idea of UAP and how, you know, they're talking about all this technology that they have and how intricate it is. What do you think they're about to introduce? They're about to show that it's another push of a quote unquote space race. They're about to introduce a whole lot more technology for people to see. Oh, we can actually fight against the Mossad. Yeah. There's going to be a reason why they don't be scared, but they do fight is because they're going to have that kind of technology to actually be able to put up a scrimmage to think they are, you know.
Yeah, they're saying that they pretty much received some of the intelligence from the chariots of the Heavenly Father, bro.
Yeah.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying? But they were gonna come with what pretty much the best that they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? To say that.
reverse engineered.
Yeah.
What do they call it? 0.0 technology?
Yep.
Yeah, and I can add, like you said, about the space race. Now what they're going to the fourth industrial revolution, all these nations, no matter how much they pose themselves to be enemies, we know the elites, they spun both sides of the wars. That's why, when you look at who's attending these W to the E to the F councils, every single last nation, you got, ambassadors from Russia, you got ambassadors from the United States, ambassadors from Iran, and they're all in there listening. They're all in there listening to the mouthpiece of the elites, Esau's left-handed prophets, and that's ultimately, why all these particular proxy wars and ultimately World War III is going to be fought, because each nation wants to be, the leading nation of the fourth industrial revolution, merging man, merging biology, the physical and the digital all together, man, because that's where the world is going to, man.
Yep.
Hey. And we were talking about that too at one time, bro. You know what I'm saying? How fast the Lord is basically speeding up time. You know what I'm saying? Like I just pulled up, bro. Just from the Google AI overview, I just asked this, you know what I'm saying, about is it strange that the world is experienced, these industrial revolutions. It says within 300 years, all this is happening within less than 300 years. It says, yes, it is considered quite remarkable that the world experienced three major industrial revolutions within a span of less than 300 years, as a rapid pace of technology advances in such a short period of time is historically unprecedented, leading to significant social and economic transformation across the globe. Like I said, it's historically unprecedented, man. So it's something that never been, you know what I'm saying? It shows you that prophecy is playing out. The Lord is speeding up this time, man, for his purpose. Or his purpose is to ultimately bring the destruction of this place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could say just real quick too, bro.
Nah, you good.
But that also fulfills what you're actually holding right here. The Lord speeding up the times, but it makes me think about how he built Pharaoh up. Because Pharaoh, Egypt was a superpower. Now, when you consider, really like this third industrial revolution, which we're in right now, the making of the machines and, these particular, gasoline powered engines, and all these particular, farm and industrial, machines, man, like you look at like all these interstates and all these roads and streets and highways, like, and how relatively new America is. Like, God damn, how does nigga build himself up that quick? But also the Lord putting the spirit upon this man to have the inspiration of this third industrial revolution, so he could just hurry up and bring this place down, man. Because imagine if we were still in the second industrial revolution, which everything being done by hand, bro, like America wouldn't be half as built up as it is right now. So basically by Esau racing for this fourth industrial revolution, that's really the Lord putting the spirit up on him to speed these times up, man.
He's rushing his own destruction.
Yeah. Don't even know it.
Yep. And there's a few things we can talk about with that, but also another piece. But before I even say that, can we grab that Matthew 20:24?
It's Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false Mashiachim, and false prophets.
There shall rise false, all right, what does it say, Antichrist?
False Christ.
False Christ, right? And we see false Christ popping up out the woodwork every day. But the main false Christ right now, really, the way they idolizing Trump, like, goddamn, bro. The media, Esau's media is really forcing that Trump is the savior shit, man. And they're blatant with it. They're not being subtle about it. I mean, you can read articles where it's straight. I forget what video. I was watching a brother video. He was going through an article where they were talking about Trump, and they were straight up making him sound like he was, Yahweh Shai, man. Like he was coming to deliver the whole world, man.
It's to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is to Esau. Shit, right. They seeing this place go down. You know what I'm saying? They've been dealing with these so-called, the Democrats. But it's the same beast, man. It's purposely set up to bring division and, you know what I'm saying, and ultimately cause chaos. But these good old boys have been seeing, Obama. They seen Obama in there, then Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Now a black woman is, you know what I'm saying? So they seen the decline of their kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's why Trump got that slogan, "Make America Great Again." They want to go back into that. So they see Trump as their savior. You know what I'm saying?
They looking at him like the disciples looked at Yahweh Shai in Acts 1. At this time, will you not restore the kingdom?
Yeah. That's Jeremiah. Matter of fact, can we get a Babylon, Isaiah or Jeremiah 51?
We would have healed Babylon.
Yeah, we would have healed Babylon. right? Because we see that spirit, playing out. All right, to make America great again, to make America healthy again. All right, Esau just dropping hard R's. You walk into the dollar store, get some eggs. Esau done called you the hard R, sped off. Now we know this is nature, but Esau been kind of dormant. But you people the Lord is rousing them back up.
That perpetual hatred, that spirit is being roused back up. And when you look into that perpetual, it goes up to of ancient. You see, going back to the garden, going back to the womb. We was fighting, Jacob and Esau was fighting in the womb. It was tension in the womb. Yeah. So it's spiritual. Why you Edomites, boy, the Lord is bringing back that spiritual or that hatred, that spiritual hatred you have from Jacob. Mm-hmm. And Trump is a perfect guy, to bring back. He represents that Billy Badass American spirit, Yep.
We'll get that real quick.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly falling.
Yeah, Babylon is suddenly falling. All right, so there's going to be some sense of shake back. You people are going to feel like for a brief second that Babylon the Great is actually, going to shake back. And it's going to be when he rolls out this new system. Y'all going to eat it up. The Lord and Esau been gradually indoctrinating you and getting you ready to accept the C-hip. Mm-hmm. Case in point, Trump, we talked about this at the last class. Trump saying he's going to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. All right, linking up with Elon Musk. All right, but go back a few years ago, right, during the CV19 situation, they were pushing the crypto real heavy. They haven't been doing it the last couple of years or so. But if you go back, right, you had some of these celebrities getting their contracts in crypto and Bitcoin, right? You could go to Shell. You go to the gas station at Shell and buy Bitcoin at the damn Shell. I remember seeing that on my way on the way to my job. They had a damn poster. Like you could buy your gas, you could buy whatever you want in the grocery store with Bitcoin. And this is in Jake neighborhoods. So we already know the systems are in place. Everything is in place. We're just waiting on, really waiting on the Lord. The Lord is gonna, fulfill this thing.
And just if I may add on about that point with the gradualism, I was just in the store with the brother Gabar last week, and we went into Whole Foods, and when we were going to pay for our items or whatnot, and they had the Amazon pay with your palm. You see, that's like pretty much that's the
right straight up
the same process as people are going to be using with their C-hip to make payments, man.
Yep.
Then you also have, because that technology is the NFC, which is a near field communication, and the RFID stands for radio frequency identification.
Yep.
That technology is going to be linked hand in hand with the MOTB.
Yep. And it's really already everywhere when you think about it. Like, case in point, the gas station again. All pumps now, they got the tap pay. Yep. It's the same technology. Yep. But you people again, y'all gonna be caught off guard.
I was gonna say this real quick. Like, it really defeats the purpose of it being called cryptocurrency now, because that word crypto, comes from the Greek word, which ultimately goes to hidden. It's not hidden anymore. It's obvious. It's out there in your face. So this is he's letting you know what the new, currency is going to be.
Mm-hmm. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 8 from the top. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah, Babylon can't be healed, man. It's just there are too many things wrong with it. Every aspect of society here is fucked up. Everything. The families are fucked up. The educational system, the economy is fundamentally flawed. Ain't no manufacturing. Ain't no agriculture. Ain't nobody growing no food. Ain't nobody producing nothing. America has rotted from within. You can't bring this place back.
If Esau really wanted to, he could, bring this place back. That's why when you read that, when you just read, what do you read? What was the last verse you read?
Jeremiah 51 and
Yeah, read that again.
God, this is Jeremiah 51,
Verse 9.
verse 9. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed."
Yeah, man. Like these elites, man, they got the money to fix this place. They got the money to really save the world, you know, if they wanted to, you know. But the spirit of the Lord put it on them to just be wicked as hell, man. They're trying to fulfill their own agenda.
Yep. They could be right, bro. They could. They could fix a lot of this stuff, man. Like the technology, like we were just talking about the technologies. You know, Esau got access to some of these like technologies that could actually benefit people. You know, or like the dude who created a car that could go off of water. I know you bring that out sometimes.
Even you know, the diseases and whatnot. You know, this damn devil really has, you know, the power to heal everything. You know, cancer and all these things are out here. You know, but like you said, ultimately, you know, his part in this whole movie is to be the wicked, man. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. We get everything off that.
Now, it's Jeremiah 51 and verse 9 from the top. "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country."
Yeah, forsake her. All right, and let every one of us go into their own country. You know, and that's something that takes place before war pops off. You know, people start to flee. Like case in point, over there in Small Hatville, over in the land of Israel right now. You know, as the situation intensifies over there in the Middle East, you're gonna have more and more people dipping out of there, man. You know, same thing here. You know, when shit really gets critical, people are gonna flee. They're gonna try to go click up with whatever resemblance of a family they got left. And most of these people don't got no family. They don't got nobody. You know?
I was gonna read this article just the headline of it because it just came out today. As you just said that how everybody's going back, you know, to their own respective lands. This is off of Fox News. It says here are 9 countries offering ancestry-based citizenship to Americans looking to leave the U.S. after the election.
Man. Okay. That's heavy, bro. You know, and that's a sign. That's a sign that an empire has fallen. Empire is done. You know. You got
That's the prophecy, Isaiah 13 and 14. "And it shall be as the chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land."
Yep. And really it's beautiful because it's basically the opposite of immigration, right? Because you know immigration is when people are, you know, converging on a particular nation, right? Which is how the U.S. was founded. You know, the U.S. is basically a conglomerate of immigrants, you know, various nations. That's why it's called it's likened unto the palace of strangers in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah as well. All right, it's known as a melting pot, right? So again, but the Lord said, a kingdom divided shall not stand. So this place is fundamentally flawed. America was never set up to reign forever, man. You know.
Now, that's Jeremiah 51 and verse 9. Finishing out, it says, "For her judgment reached unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies."
Yep. Meaning that it's going to be a very, very, very severe judgment. Meaning it's going to be so noticeable. All right. Matter of fact, the scriptures talk about in Revelation 14, I believe, the smoke ascending up into heaven, right, forever and ever. You know, could you read that piece up again, Bubba Chuck?
God, I got you this Revelation. My bad. Jeremiah 51 verse 9. I'm gonna read it from the top. Or just that last.
Just that last part.
Okay, just Jeremiah 51 verse 9. The last part of that verse. "For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies."
Yep, everybody's going to see the downfall of Babylon the Great. Revelation, the 18th chapter. Matter of fact, we can hold that. My brother grab Revelation 18 and 9. All right, because again, the Lord's about to make an example out of this place. You know, the same way He made an example to Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, those series of cities. You know.
So Revelation 18 and 9, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her."
Yep, all these other nations, right? Because when you break down the 7 heads and the 10 horns, right? With the 7 heads being the French, the Spanish, the British, Germain the Major and Germain the Minor, right? It's a world system. You know, it's a global it's a global enterprise that Esau has been, operating. You know, and it goes, all over the world. You know, and even outside of the 7 heads and the 10 horns, these other nations have bowed the knee. They like the scriptures say, who shall make war with the beast? They don't want no problems, no smoke with Babylon the Great, up until up until recently, where the Lord has put the spirit on them. All right, like it says, the weak shall say, I am strong. Roughly paraphrasing, you know.
Mm-hmm. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her.
They went to the Diddy party, man. You know, and really, the Diddy party thing is like a lower level because we know that really everybody's doing that shit. All these celebrities, they're all doing that shit. But even more than just the celebrities, you got rulers, prime ministers, right, all over the planet Earth that are partaking in these wicked, abominable, feast. You know,
when you think about it in a larger scale, like you're saying, that Diddy party thing was like a lower level thing, but Esau doing it throughout the world when it comes to like philosophies, democracy, religion. You know what I'm saying? That's the grand scale Diddy party right there, man. These other nations taking part of all these things, putting McDonald's everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Talking shit, but they're taking part of it, man. Esau come up there with a suit and tie and say like, hey, we'll give you this, but you gotta sign this contract. We can fund you, we can do this. You just gotta be a part of that party. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Bro.
This Habakkuk chapter 2, slides chapter 15. Chapter 2 and verse 15 in MS, I'm gonna read in the MSG. You had mentioned something about like Diddy's. It's Habakkuk 2 and 15 in the MSG. It says, who do you think you are? Inviting your neighbors to your drunken parties, giving them too much to drink, roping them into your sexual orgies. You thought you were having the time of your life. Wrong. It's a time of disgrace. All the time you were drinking from the cup of the Most High's wrath.
And that's really what's happening in the background. And a matter of fact, they tell you that in the movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise. With a young Tom Cruise, man. They tell you in that movie, man. And fast forward now, they're finally revealing it. They're pulling back the curtain, so to speak, and they're letting you know by exposing the Diddy situation. They're telling you without telling you that we all doing this shit.
Epstein.
And you still got niggas bumping, driving down the street, bumping fucking Diddy, man. And they're gonna go on a comment board and talk, try to act like holier than thou. These people are fucking through, man. Where are we at?
Revelation.
Kind. We'll finish a little bit more of that.
Okay. Just as a side note, Diddy's name means breast or nipple. Yeah.
Freaky.
Yeah, this Revelation 18 and 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Yep. Because all these nations basically are dependent on America, being in the state that it is, right? America is the consumer. It's the biggest consumer nation on the planet Earth. All people know how to do here is consume. All right. And without that consumption, the other nations don't have anywhere else to sell their resources to, their products, their goods, So again, Babylon the Great, once Babylon the Great is taken out of the way, these other nations don't even have the capability of sustaining themselves, Was that? I think that was it on that.
Oh yeah, that was on that.
Kind of, we can jump back to the point. Kind of passed on that. We can go back to the top.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 2. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him.
Yep. So it don't matter what the Lord has prepared. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. It don't matter your tax bracket, right? It don't matter, the job that you got. You're gonna have to deal with the said prophecies that this scriptures talk about. There is no evading these scriptures. There is no evading these prophecies. We're playing these prophecies out. We keep reading. And actually, just get a precept for that. We can get Revelation 13 and 15, small and great.
I got something real quick for you. This is David Gusick commentary for Isaiah 24 on this particular verse.
Okay.
When it says, "As with the people, so with the priest; as with the servant, so with his master." It says, in these comparisons, Isaiah shows that a high station in life, priest, master, mistress, seller, will not protect one from the judgments of the Lord. As well, a low station of life, borrower or debtor, will not protect one either. When the judgment of the great tribulation comes, it will be complete in its scope.
Yep. That makes me think about Proverbs 11 and 8, right? Or 8 and 11, riches profit not in the day of wrath. That's why the scriptures encourage us to be pilgrims, or tell us we need to be in the mindset of a pilgrim. Because the dainties we got ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, well, even during the time of Egypt, when those plagues struck, it affected everybody. Him sitting up on the throne, Pharaoh's household, all the way down to the slave.
Yep. Yeah, you can get that. Yeah, you can get that.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Right. So everybody, all people, it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, it don't matter if you, think you're gonna, survive on a damn homestead out in the middle of fucking, Nebraska, right? You got enough stored goods and you got some cows and some chickens, right? You think you're just gonna be able to evade the NWO? That's not gonna happen, man. Everybody's gonna have to deal with this, and you're gonna have to make a decision. But really, there is no free will. Really, the Lord is gonna put the Spirit on the elect to absolutely, not take it under any means by any means necessary.
Revelation 13 for me. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Just backing your point up, bro, about how everybody's gonna be. You're not gonna be able to escape the new world order, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, you ain't gonna be able to go in the woods and think you ducked off, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be faced with a choice. You're gonna have to make a choice. Either you're gonna get down with this new system or you're not. All right, and we know when you read about the consequences of not getting down with it in Revelation 13. You know what I'm saying? All throughout the script say those are gonna be beheaded. You know what I'm saying? For the testimony of Yahweh Shai, those are those that were not gonna get down with that system, the elect. You know what I'm saying? You read about that image of the beast being set up, giving life. You know what I'm saying? It says those who wouldn't worship the beast shall be put to death, man. So everybody's gonna be faced with a choice, man. But like you said, like the brother said, man, the elect, those souls that were predestined are not gonna fold, man.
Yep. Can we hold 2 Ezra 14 and 14 real quick, just to link up with that? Because once you come to grips with that reality, you got to understand that this physical, this life that you living right now ain't the end all be all, all right, of your existence, right? That's why the teaching of reincarnation, through the Holy Scriptures is so important. We're developing a mentality that sees beyond the flesh.
Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14, it says, "Let go from the mortal thoughts."
Right, let go from the mortal thoughts. You got it.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Yep, cast away the burden of man. Right. So if we're hoping, to be changed, all right, pursuing the 1 Corinthians 15 and receive new bodies, all right, receive, immortal, bodies with a spirit, spiritual power. If that's your aspiration, first you gotta think like that. First you gotta move like that. And the Lord is getting ready to try that out. We're gonna have to operate as if we're already immortals, because really through the Spirit, you are immortal. Your spirit is immortal, but you get incarnated on the planet Earth, and the immortal bodies are only reserved for the elect. the joint heirs with Hamashiach. No other nation is going to receive that glory. And even the 2/3 of our nation are going to be brought back through the elect in the kingdom. You know, and there's going to be, you know, degrees of glory. Not everybody going to be in the same glory, you know, but we'll see, you know, how that plays out, you know. Was that it on that?
It says, put off now the weak nature.
Yep, because these bodies are weak. All right, our minds are weak. You know, we were brought up here in Babylon the Great. You know, we don't even really know how bad we got it because we're here. You know, you read that part again, Baba Chuck?
God, 2 Ezra 14:14 again. It says, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature.
Yep, put off now the weak nature. Right? Scriptures say, show thyself men. You know, you had a precept, bro?
Yeah.
I want to.
Come on.
That's 2 Corinthians 5:1 in the NLT. For we know